Beautiful morning in the Peak District, and we're going to go and have a shot with the Browning XS Pro today. We're up at a lovely little shoot at the top side of Eyam, the Plague Village. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, or if you want to research it. It's quite interesting. The village shut themselves off in the plague to stop the spread of it. Quite heroic. Yeah, and here we are. We're going to have a few shots with the Browning. Got some pheasant feathers here we're going to give to my mates who tie flies. We've got the Earwood fly fishing meeting later on this afternoon, so yeah, see how we go. Yes. So we're back, and we've been out shooting this morning with the Browning Ultra XS Pro Adjustable. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've had quite a few new subscribers, which is very good. And now we'll have a bit of a proper look at it. It's in this lovely Negrini lockable box with a nice velvet interior. Browning with a bookmark. We've got some anti-rust socks with the Browning logo on for the barrels and for the gun action and stock. We've got the case with some weights, choke key and some other parts in. We've also got 8 chokes in total with this gun, which is very good. 6 in there, 2 in the gun. Good old Browning. I think these trigger things are fantastic. These trigger locks are a really good idea, and all the Brownings come with one of those. Right, let's get it out and get it together. Get rid of that sock. Here's the barrels. One of the favourite features of Brownings and the old Nikos and the Miracos. Really nice rib with a really nice tram line. Tram lines, I love tram lines. We've also got a mid bead, a fore end sight. Here we go. Slider out to the sock. This gun belongs to a friend of mine. He's really got into clay shooting. He's been shooting for just over 12 months seriously. He's been having some lessons, and he's agreed to let me have a go with this gun and do a review on it. It's very good of him. One thing I really like about these is this gold inlay and this sort of border scroll. It looks a little bit paisley, but yeah, quite nice. Right, let's get it together. We can have a proper chat about this piece of kit. Nicely together. There she is. All in one piece. Right.
Tell you what, before we do too much on the gun, we'll just go through the bits and bobs because there's quite a few on this Browning. So one of the great things that Browning do when they supply this gun to you, or what you get with it, is you get a great case, but also we get all these bits and bobs which make it quite attractive. We've got the chokes. There's already 2 in the gun, titanium chokes, extended chokes. Look at them. So we've got a nice long choke for less pellet deformation and nice consistent patterns. Very nicely look too. So 6 here, 2 in the gun. Oh, we've got the warranty card and how to set up your Negrini case. So that's all good. So the gun has got one of the spacers already in it, and we've also got a spare slimmer recoil pad. So we've got a slightly smaller spacer and we've got a bigger recoil pad. So the bigger pad and the smaller spacer are already on the gun. These are quite nice recoil pads. More stuff that you haven't had to pay for on top of the gun. Very nice. And then in here, we have 2 spare trigger blades. Each one is slightly different, so I don't know if you can see this, but that's got an absolutely lovely shape to it. Contoured trigger there. Trigger's adjustable. We've also got the plated grub screw in. And I always remember these on the Browning. And we've got sort of like the knurled, checkered, crosshatched trigger there in gold. Now, if you were to have just gold-plated triggers, say from another manufacturer like Krieghoff, those triggers, or each trigger, would be, in the UK, £295 each. Whereas Browning, they've given you, you've got 3, you've obviously got the one on the gun, you've got another 2 triggers here at no extra cost, which I think is good value. Now we've got the barrel weighting system. So my friend hasn't put these on. The gun does balance on the hinge pin, but he's got his barrel weights, and they're nicely machined. They've got the bookmark on. £37 grams a piece. We've got the 2 screws to hold them in. We've got a very nice choke key, bookmark on it for doing the chokes. We've got an Allen key here. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. It's looking like the stock weights. I think we've got most of the weights already in the back of the gun, but this is where some of the weights would go, and the little device for putting them in the rear of the gun to set up the balance. So if you want it barrel heavy, you've got these weights. If you want it stock heavy, you can put in the stock weights. So all nice options of adjustability. We've got quite a few. That's probably the Allen key there for tightening up your trigger blade. We've got another Allen key in there. We've got this Whopper. Now that's for tightening up your stock bolt. I think they could have given us a T-bar for an extra 50p. They could have probably had that made into a T-bar, but they're still giving it to you. You know, important thing just to nip up your stock, check it every now and again. So yeah, that could have been better as a T-bar, but we've still got it. We can still tighten up the stock. Just being picky, I suppose, really. But they are some fantastic things that come with your Browning Ultra XS Pro. And like I say, we're talking quite large amounts of money if we to purchase these things separately. So I had a quick look. I think the stock weights on the B-Fast, so Beretta stock weights, they are £40, and the barrel weights on the Beretta are £185. The trigger blades from Krieghoff, if you to order their triggers, they are £295. So all in all, we've got as spacers, as recoil pads, trigger blades, barrel weights, stock weights. Now, I'm not quite sure why you want 8 chokes, but you've got them anyway. So, who cares? You've got them, haven't you? That's brilliant. What else have we got here? Oh, we've got a warranty in the old instruction book and the fantastic trigger lock. If ever you're out and about and you want to lock your gun up, we'll keep away meddling little hands. Yeah, so that's the case. So I think what we'll do is we'll bob this to one side and we'll have a proper look at the gun. So here she is together. So we've been out and had a shot with the Ultra XS Pro Browning. One of my mentors, was a big Belgian Browning shooter. I'll bob a photo in of him, who's a gun collector. One of the reasons I'm passionate about these shotguns. Yes, we used to go to his place, and he had his own trap as well as a large collection of guns, and I used to spend my weekends with my friends and we'd all shoot trap in his back garden. Great times. Even my mum would have a go and put a picture in of my mum having a shot. With the Browning, I also found my granddad was thinking about his first over and under, and he picked up this lovely brochure of the Browning over and under shotgun FN, made in Belgium. And as it just got some information here, I'll put some pictures on of this. I'm sure some of you will find it quite interesting. All the parts that you can order for it if ever you need any, your triggers and part numbers. Yeah, just an interesting bit of Browning literature that I found in my collection. Thought it'd be nice to share with you. Yeah, so back to this beauty. Right then, where shall we start? We'll start with a heel plate, I suppose, the recoil pad. So we've got the smaller spacer in, the larger recoil pad, and I think this is the Inflex pad. And I have to say, having shot this morning, it was very nice. Didn't catch, didn't snag, quite soft. Soak up some of the recoil. Quite a nice pad. Wood wise, we've got a competition gun here with quite a nice piece of wood that you'd expect on a competition gun. Nothing too flashy, but nice enough. We've got the Browning adjustable comb, which they have improved. We can adjust that in the back through the recoil pad there, with one of the Allen keys in the box of parts. Yeah, and I suppose really we've got to talk about this stock and this grip. No palm swell on the Browning Ultra XS Pro, which I find absolutely mind-blowing, really. It's quite annoying, really. I've got no idea why Browning have done that. So this is on the 525 type action, a gun that's been around for a long time. I can remember a chap who I used to shoot against. He was very good, Roger Miller. He had a Browning GTI in the 90s, and it was like the cutting edge clay gun, sporter at the time. And I suppose really this is sort of like, this is that's where this stems from, the Ultra XS Pro. But you obviously, at the same time as you can buy this gun, you can buy the 725 Pro Sport, which comes with a tighter radius in the pistol grip, larger pistol grip, and a palm swell. Yet this is really Browning's flagship sporter, and it's got no palm swell. One of my gripes with this gun, really, and it's just ever so small, really. We're not nitpicking. This is just my personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own. I can only give you my own. But now my friend's had this gun for 12 months. Now I've known him most of that time, and this checkering has dulled off quite nicely. Now, when you were buying these brand new, this checkering, it was really coarse, really rough. It almost made your hands sore, after 20 minutes of sort of use. Or and it put me off massively. I don't know why they did it, or why they've done it. Like I say, it is so much better now. With 12 months use, it's settled down nicely. It's a lot better. But that is just one of the strange things that I find about this very good, very popular, good value sporter. So let's move on. We've got the Brownie safety catch. Everybody's seen this. We're all used to it. Very nice and sleek. It selects, the whole catch selects rather than something in the middle moving around. So I think it's possibly a bit neater than some of the others. Very positive. Set that where you want it. If you've got the same chokes in, never touch it ever again. Lovely. Wood to metal fit around the top strap here is very nice. A really nice top lever with some very positive cross hatching on it, and some nice decoration there, some nice scroll. We've got the serial number and Browning written underneath the top lever. Always like this, the way they finish it just here, just like, I don't know what you call it really. It's just almost like a little flowery crescent, but yeah, very nice. That nice and smooth. The metal finish obviously on these parts, smooth, nice metal to metal fit. My favourite part of this gun is this gold inlay. I think this is a really nice design, and it's not just a little bit of gold rubbed in there. You can really see that is really nicely inlaid, and the bookmark here is absolutely stunning. XS Pro, I like the finish, a really nice finish, really high quality finish, really nice metal to metal fit. I really like the shape of the Browning trigger guard. and I quite like the shape of the Browning trigger. Now my friend has got just the standard one here. I quite like the angled one. But the triggers are really nice, adjustable trigger position. So this is slid forwards on this gun, giving it, with the thinner of the spacers and the larger of the pads, a stock length trigger pull of 15 inches. We've got the bookmark again in gold, really nicely done, and we've got this lovely panel of scroll work and the gold inlay again. I think it'll age really well. This will still be unoffensive and nicely done in many years' time. It's just a really sort of timeless design, I think that is. Huge following on these guns. Sam Green shoots a Crown type model of these, but yeah, he's won some very large competitions. He shoots amazingly. One of the best shooters in the country, or the best shooter in the country when he took the title. Great. Yeah, so, and he shoots one of these. Like I say, the Crown engraving with the silver inlay is absolutely stunning as well. I think Browning have got some really nice designs on their engraving. And then we're moving forwards onto the, well, we've already been on the fore end iron. That bookmark on the fore end iron is lovely. The wood to metal fit's quite nice. On the fore end, a really nice fore end catch. Like that. Nicely done. Again, there's this very large diamond, sort of reminds me of a Scottish made gun, really, but just a little bit, it sort of needs the tops knocking off, which happens with time. Like this one, it's 12 months on, it's a lot better. Yeah, nice enough piece of wood, good wood to metal fit, really nice fore end shape. And this is where I sort of have like a funny, like, yeah, it just seems like a gun of two halves, really. This is like lovely fore end shape. Why on earth they went with this sort of palm swell-less grip? I just struggle really to understand why Browning do things like this, really. But this is obviously a fantastic gun. It's just my view of it. I was looking at MK38 a couple of years ago. I was going to buy one for myself, and quite a few years ago, everybody bought the MK38 trap gun because the stock was a better spec. The palm, the pistol grip, the radius on the pistol grip, and the height of the cone, and the whole gun and the way it balanced. The trap gun was better for sporting than the Sporter, and the Sporter just felt very strange. And that was the Miracle MK38 trap gun and Sporter gun. And a friend of mine, who's a very good shot, he had the trap gun, and people used to buy the trap gun and have it teed. Then Miracle realised what was happening, because virtually everybody was doing it. Then Miracle started doing the trap gun. Instead of having fixed chokes, very tight chokes, you could buy the trap gun with the teed multi-chokes in it, which changed the weight of it a little bit. But that's what they did. And strangely, because they come from the Japanese factory, same as Brown, when they made the adjustable stock on the MK38, the MK38 trap gun without an adjustable stock has ever such a slightly different radius on the pistol grip as the one with an adjuster on it. One of them strange things. But that's what they did. They go out of the same factory, and it just puzzles me, really, with this fantastic brand, fantastic gun. Why they do these quirky little things. The 725 Pro Sport has a palm swell and has a nicer sort of feel to it and different checkering. But people preferred the deeper action, the more old school shooters, or people really like the deep action, so they didn't want the 725. But personally, I find that as a better stock. The rib, absolutely love these ribs. I don't know if you can see that. We've got the mid bead and the front bead, nice little white ones. Really nice sight picture, found shooting it today. Love a tram line. And they're done so well, it's not sharp. It looks lovely, it deflects the glare, it draws your eye in. You've got this rib where it sort of goes from 10mm to 13mm. I'm going to say back to sort of 11. Yeah, but really nice. Great, yeah. And the finish, the bluing on these barrels, absolutely deep, dark, lustrous, fantastic coverage. No bits missing, absolutely lovely. And then we get to the business end, and we've got titanium chokes. You've got your 8 chokes to choose from, and there you go. So we've got an absolute tremendous selection, really. Like I say, with the pads, spacers, triggers, chokes, stock weights, barrel weights. The barrel weights for a Beretta, I think I've already said, are £185. For the stock weights, it's £40. This gun comes with your barrel weights and your stock weights. And really, when you're setting up the balance, so this gun is absolutely on the hinge pin. There you go. Yeah, she sits. And obviously my friend's balanced this. It just needed some weights in the stock. He hasn't got any weights on in the barrels. And it's barreled on the hinge, balanced on the hinge pin, where most people would like a sporter. And you've got the option to change it whichever you prefer. So what can we say about it? Right, well, triggers. So I've had absolutely no problems with these triggers today. I have noticed there is quite a bit of pre-travel. The reason I mention this is one of my friends has got the 825, the new 825. And he's moved from one of the older Brownings to an 825. There's no take-up really on the 825. And he's come from shooting one of these for years. He finds it very difficult. He finds the gun goes off before he's ready for it. But yeah, little bit of movement. But the actual brakes, once you've taken that movement out, really crisp. Lovely. Which is what you want. Very nice. Yeah. So we've got, what are the trigger pulls? I think we've got 3.8 on the trigger pulls, which I think's bang on where you'd expect them to be, where you'd want them to be. I think you don't want to be lighter than 3.5. 3.8, fantastic trigger pulls. They are crisp, it's just that little bit of take up that's noticeable. But yeah, nice crisp brakes. Shot it today. Shot it better than I thought I would. What else can I tell you about it? Now, yeah, really, it's a very nice sporter, and I think it is great value. We've got Invector Plus 32-inch steel proof 3-inch Magnum barrels, future proofed. It can do anything. We know one of the best shots in the country shoots one of these. Me personally, I think it would either be the MK38 trap gun or the 725 Pro Sport over the XS Ultra Pro or the Ultra XS Pro. And the only tiny niggle really is just the stock. The radius of the grip, it's a very gentle radius, almost like more of a gamey type of than a competition. And it's not very deep, so there isn't much room if you've got big hands. And it's funny because obviously palm swells, now every gun has a palm swell. They've not always they've not always been on, but you do quite notice it on this. The gun throws lovely patterns. In one of my earlier videos, me and my friend are out with me 410 and we chuck a few cartridges through this on the pattern plate and it throws some absolutely delightful patterns, which is nice. I've got some videos of me shooting it, we'll put them in, and I've taken some close-ups of it. So it's an absolutely good value. I'm not sure if anybody else or where you would get so much with your Sporter. The chokes, the barrel weights, the stock weights, the spare triggers. Like I say, we've got this fantastic rib and a gun that in the hands of many, many people is a winner. It's just, I think there is a reason why the people who shoot these guns like them so much, yet if ever they come to change to a different gun, they find it very hard. And they are like a very different gun, I think, to most other guns. And if that's what you like, that is fantastic. And there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that do. But yeah, when like I'm reviewing this now, when the 825 is out, which is one of the best guns on the market at the moment, that Browning is stunning. My personal preference would be for a 725 Pro Sporter, just because the stock dimensions, the pistol grip radius, are that little bit more modern. Now, my friend who shoots this, we basically wander around shooting the same sort of score in the same class, weekend after weekend. He's not been shooting as long as I have. So this is all subjective. This is just my opinion. But what can you say? Your money's safe in one of these. If you buy this, like I say, in a couple of years you want to change it or whatever you want to do, there will always be somebody willing to purchase your Browning because they're fantastic value. They're very reliable. They shoot really well. Great investment. Yeah. What more can I say, really? We'll probably do an MK38 at some point soon. And I hope you like the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you again with another one. Thank you very much.